Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Popculture Nerdvana with your hosts Jay and Kay. In today's episode we will be examining Bridgerton episode 6. You actually like that?
Yeah, that was good.
That wasn't even a fake laugh for the camera. That was real. No, we'll be obviously discussing Doctor Who Rogue. I don't think I have really much to say on this one, to be honest with you. I thought it was just a really solid episode.
Yep, I liked Rogue. I thought he was a very good character. I liked the Britisher-esque vibe. Liked the villains. I liked that we saw the Doctor more. Disliked that he cried again. But on the whole, yeah, really good Doctor Who episode.
I could tell you liked it because your voice went a lot higher when you said yeah. Anyone listening to headphone now was had the ears destroyed from that. Yeah, I'd agree. Seemed like a very solid episode of Who. I think looking back on this one, I'm gonna have to change some of my ratings because I think I was a bit too generous with some of the earlier ones. But this was really solid. I liked that we started in the middle of an adventure. Them already being in basically Bridgeton.
Yes.
And these aliens just happened to be there. I really like the idea of like this psychic sort of thing allowing him to dance in the earrings. Although I do think that brings up problems later because again, spoilers, when she is Hong Kong Fooey then everything. She's yeah. What are they gonna do in other episodes now? If she could have got these earrings, that can mean she can fight.
Well, I imagine, considering that he said to her, it's pretty dangerous to do the fight one. I think he'll take them off her.
Yeah, probably. But that's a bit.
That's like it's just going to be. Oh, well, she's never wearing them again.
Yeah. Hong Kong Fooey, isn't that offensive? Martial arts, karate, yeah. Wherever when she's doing the fighting, yeah. What else did I like? The villains. I thought
I love the actress who plays Susie in Torchwood. I like to see her again. It's odd to see her again, but Doctor Who does this a lot.
And I think as well because Torchwood, she was like a relatively minor figure in Torchwood. It's not really like. It's not the biggest deal, is it? Like, it's not
a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's like Peter Capaldi being in.
Oh no, this is what I mean. Yeah. They do it a lot, so you can get past it. Yeah. But I actually thought, she's a fantastic actress. So I thought she carried the villain group really.
Yeah, really well. And you could tell the performance was very different when she was playing like human version and then alien bird version. What are the names? They're like the chompers or something. Yeah, they were a great villain, but we can't remember them. The cosplayers. We'll call them the cosplayers. Great chemistry between the Doctor and Rogue. I was surprised how...
Loved that they used their chemistry to create a scandal.
Yeah, I really liked that. Because as you know, and as listeners may know if I've mentioned previously, I'm not really one for romance in Doctor Who. Didn't like the Doctor and Rose. Didn't mind... Well, I liked River and the Doctor, but that's because their love was very different. It was like... she loved her, but he didn't really... She loved him, sorry, but he didn't really love her in the same way.
However, someone did... We watched this with friends, and one of them did say that the episode reminded them of the Clockwork episode.
Girl in the Fireplace.
And actually, if you think about that episode, he fell in love quite... Well, he didn't fall in love, but he kind of had a crush on Madame de Pompadour quite quickly.
But I didn't like that either, because I felt like that was too...
For me, I did, and I liked it in this.
I think it's for me, right, it's about... It seems too quick. I don't... If the Doctor is going to fall in love or take a fancy to someone, I feel like it should have been built up a little bit more. Like, I would have actually liked to see Rogue maybe in a few more episodes and then have that love build then over time. And that would make the kiss at the end feel a lot more earned. However, having said that, I think that kiss should have been... they should have done that for the scandal. I think that would have worked a little bit better.
It did... I understand the idea behind it. It felt weird that the Doctor was just having a snog while his companion was in danger.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that time could have potentially have been better spent.
I see the point in it narratively, like he used it to distract the Doctor. I don't know how I feel about the Doctor kissing in general. Like, I've always quite liked it when he was more asexual, like when Missy kissed Capaldi. I really liked when he was like panic stricken by it. And it's nothing to do with the fact that it's a gay kiss. Like that doesn't bother me really at all, as it shouldn't bother anyone. I just feel like, again, the romance was good. I just wish it'd been. It didn't feel earned. It felt too quick for him to fall in love.
You say that, but I liked the character Rogue as soon as he was on screen.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
So I kind of get, instantly you're like, oh, this is a good character.
Yeah, brilliant.
So I can kind of understand that, instant chemistry. It's not love, I don't think. If it was love, he probably wouldn't have just said, we're never going to find him. He probably would have been like, we should search for him more.
Yeah, I guess. I guess it's very much a thing of personal taste. If people like the romantic Doctor, like your Paul McGanns and your David Tennants, then this is going to be right up your street.
Yeah.
And again, can't fault the chemistry between them. Absolutely electric. And I hope we see him again. I really do, because I think those two working off each other, bouncing off one another, would be very, very.
I think if we don't see him again, it will be a waste of the character. And I reckon we are going to see him again, because the way he said, come find me.
Yeah.
Little wink, wink.
I feel like as well, this was almost like written with like maybe like Captain Jack Harkness in mind, or basically making, obviously because of some of the controversy around John Barrowman, they're kind of making him the new Captain Jack type character. I mean, he's American, he's flirtatious, he's a bit morally ambiguous, and homosexual, I mean pansexual, not sure, but we know he's attractive.
I don't think he's going to be one of those people who will be in every episode. Like you said, he's probably going to be a consistent reoccurring, but not in. I
tell you who's going to love this, right? Who's licking the lips right now? Nicholas Briggs at Big Finish. Because he's disappeared. He got a whole box set planned, right? I'm telling you, right? And I'd listen.
Oh, 100%.
Also, the costumes, fantastic. I wish, though, I'm not a big fan, wasn't a big fan of Shooty's costume in this, because I don't like the big long socks.
That's a fashion.
Yeah.
No, sorry, but for the time period.
Yeah, but look at Rogue. Rogue had really awesome booties. Now, if he'd been wearing booties, I wish they'd swap costumes, to be honest with you, because Rogue looked cooler than the Doctor.
Okay.
But well, again, that's just about, I don't like those. We'll do a costume ranking, and that'll be going towards the bottom. I think we got to mention really as well the old Richard E. Grant Schalke Doctor, which is actually on screen right now.
Yep, he's the fourth one in.
Yeah, fourth one in from your right. Yeah, we got Billy Hartnell, then we got Richard E. Grant. How do you feel about putting him in like the... is he canon now? I'm assuming he must be canon.
I'm assuming so, and it's definitely been done on purpose.
100%.
I'm imagining they'll kind of keep on sprinkling in little, I guess, winks to real big Doctor Who fans. And I don't think it's necessarily going to get fully explained, other than potentially we've made kind of theories. We've been talking about this being in almost like a game.
Yeah.
And the Schalke Doctor potentially could be part of that game.
I'm saying there's there's like a god. We've had like the toy maker, so this is like something to do with him, for example.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that deep, to be honest. I feel like it's just, like you said, a little throwaway reference that like big fans will be like, ooh, that's Richard E. Grant's one. And that's why I'm in the middle about it, because Doctor Who fans are very particular, and I feel like having him in there now screws up the numbering again. But then again, at this point,
there's no number.
Yeah. I'm very much in the middle, because I like it, because I think, it's kind of cool, but they're not going to do anything with it.
Well,
we're never going to see Richard E. Grant.
Stuck in the middle. That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you've had too much sugar already today. But the thing is, we're never going to see that Doctor again. which is a shame because I like Richard E. Grant's Doctor. That's a whole different thing.
Mm.
I think it's weird as well. Do you think the Doctor like when the Doctor was looking at the Great Intelligence as Matt Smith, did he ever feel like I know that face? You know? Or maybe, had a thought. What if that's not a past incarnation? That's showing a future incarnation. Because if they do that, I can be like, okay, yeah, I can I can sort of accept that. But the way they done it almost seemed like he was a past version. And even though I'd love to include him, that hurts my little brain.
Could be. I don't think it is. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings there, but
I'm bad.
But it could be.
That's in my head canon. Or it's showing like parallel reality versions of him.
Yeah, that's another option, isn't it?
Okay, so you're finding parallel realities, but showing a future version of him. That's like, yeah.
Or maybe when Joe Martin first.
It could be one. Yeah, it could be
a bi-generation.
Oh yeah, could have done it before. Or again, that could just be one of the ones that worked for the Division, because if you rewatch Scream the Shalka, he's speaking to the Time Lords quite a lot. It's sort of hinted that they've put him there.
There we go.
Oh god, what does that do with Derek Jacobi's master?
Let's not.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a future version. That's where it's a future version. So yeah, relatively short one, I think, today. Good episode all around, I think. Probably preferred this to Dalton Bubble last week.
Yeah, I would say so.
That was heavy. This is very much a popcorn episode. Bit silly, bit fun. Villains, good, not the most memorable. Could have been Slovene, really. But they were right.
Any kind of shape-shifting monster.
The idea...
I liked the idea of having cosplayer aliens, though. I thought that was fun.
And kind of like the twist, like that they were more than two. They don't really... they don't advertise that, so you don't see it come in, really. Except the one, I think, was it Lady Emily or something?
Yeah,
You could kind of see that coming towards the end. But apart from that, no, really solid. Felt very... weirdly, very Russell T Davies, classic Russell T Davies, which is ironic, certainly didn't write it. I really hope, I think it's Kate Herron is the writer, and there was another woman whose name I can't remember, but I hope they do more.
Yeah, definitely. If it's of a similar calibre,
100%.
Then 100% would like to see these writers again.
And it's always nice to see Shooty actually doing something, even if at the end it seemed like it was Jonathan Goff's character Rogue that sort of saved the day, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
He set up the trap and he was the one who just sort of like finished it.
I will say it's interesting characterization of the Doctor to just be like, we have to move on. You know, not even attempt to try and find this guy again. I also think he's almost lost Ruby twice now. I think he maybe at one point should have been like, right, we need to start being more careful with you, Missy. Something like that. That
brings me to a little slight nitpick. That flashback scene he had with the mum Carla, I believe. I would have rather seen that like previously, not being like this end scene.
It felt odd again, especially because we've had Boone before this, where she's died. Then.
Oh yeah.
Why have that flashback now?
Yeah, it seemed, and it's strange, really, considering that Russell T Davies likes a lot of his like kitchen sink dramas. We haven't seen as much of the family this time around. It feels very much like he's trying to bounce from these different places, and it's sort of implied that there's been these adventures off screen, which is quite cool, and he's obviously met and spoken to Carla, but I would have liked to have seen that a bit more. Like, you could have ended Space Babies and had that. You could have fit that in there, and then have them set off on those adventures afterwards. And one actual final good point, seeing the 15th Doctor getting mad was really good. That scene where they're like, how long do they live for? 600 years. Good, that's a long time to suffer.
Yes,
that was really good. And then when he walked into the wedding, so to speak, I was like, I object, sorry. That felt so...
I can't hear from that side of the door. Yeah,
that
felt very
doctory. Yeah. He's had a lot of good doctory moments recently, but quite a lot in this one in particular.
Because we've seen him more in this episode.
Yeah, he's actually been there.
obviously a good thing because he's a good doctor.
Yeah, really good, you know, and I'm glad we've seen more of him. So yeah, that's our thoughts. Any final things before we wrap up?
Not necessarily to do with this episode, but I am actually in the mood to now see a two-parter.
Which we probably, well, I guess in the
We
next
prob-
episode, the
might
one
do,
after, they pretty much
yeah.
are two-part. They're
So
double-handed.
I'm excited for that. I feel like so far in the season, I've really enjoyed the different kind of vibe of every episode.
Yeah.
But it feels like there's a lot of rushed circumstances.
Yeah.
There's a lot that you could have potentially expanded on. Not saying that you have to, because sometimes that can also take the pace out of that episode. But I'm excited to see what Russell does with a two-parter.
Yeah, I think we said that right at the beginning when we first started talking about this, was that, or decided when we first started doing Popculture Nerdvana, was that I feel like there's a couple of pacing issues. It feels very, I don't know, like he thinks people got ADHD and they can't, like, keep up with it sometimes, especially Space Babies and Devil's Cord. And I think that was such a shock in comparison to old Who. I'm getting more used to it now, but I think you are right. There is some kind of quite peculiar pacing in this in this season as a whole.
Yes.
However, I'm still enjoying. I'll give this one an 8, and then when I come to do the tiers, I'll probably move it down. But I'm gonna give it 8.
I don't know now. I think all of my ratings have been wrong.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna not rate this and take a look back and reflect.
Reflect, become a better person from it.
Yeah. And try to be more honest with myself.
But final thoughts. Legend of Ruby Sunday. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm interested to find out what the hell Susan Twist, Susan Triad is all about. I think these last two will be. I think they'll be strong because Russell is usually good at writing a finale, and particularly two-part finales. So
I'm hoping we get a good speech. I've been waiting for a very strong speech.
I think we've had some good ones, but I know what you mean.
You want that epic, like we've had good speeches, that one in Boom, for example. Yeah. But I'm waiting for the, again, it's that finale moment, isn't it?
You're waiting for like the I Am the Doctor music, dun dun dun,
yes,
dun, 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 that kind of stuff. And he says something really bombastic and incredible. And you're like, this man.
Yeah. This man I would follow to hell.
And back. Well, that's it from us. Thank you once again for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you wish. Or don't. I'm not your dad.
Mention it to your family and friends.
Yeah, tell everyone we need to actually start making some money from this, or I have to get a real job. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Watching and listening. And listening. And we will see you all for the Legend of Ruby Sunday.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.